So let's find out. He's going to pull up the name here. Let's find out who won it. Now you did this on the website.
Right.
So, and you ran it through the random generator, whatever, by all laws and rules of whatever, of course.
Yes, of course.
And that was a headache. I know the challenges. So let's find out who won this.
Okay, well, I just found out this morning. Drum roll. Robert Allen from Houston, Texas. Is Robert here?
Do we have Robert Allen here by chance? Robert Allen from Houston, Texas. Are you in the house? All right. Okay, guys. I am seeing some energy drops here. I'm going to, hold on. For Robert, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Robert!
All right, Robert. Yeah, thanks for
Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Robert! A little better. Okay, we still have some coffee over there. So, Jeff, tell me about your company.
Yeah, so I started the company in October of 2010, right there in the heart of the recession. I worked from home for about 1.5 years until my wife kicked me out of the garage. And yeah, you know.
I know that feeling.
You know, we're here for the, for the home shop machinist. We're here for the small to medium-sized manufacturers. To us, MSC is a 4-letter word. So we want to be there and really help you guys, make, great parts. We want to work side by side. We're here to help. We don't want to just be a nameless, faceless website. We want to actually help. Call us, email us, ask us. If you guys are having an issue with something, we're really here to help.
That is great. It's kind of like a YouTube in a different way. Now, do you guys have a YouTube channel up and running?
No, not currently.
Okay.
So
we're gonna
yeah, no, we got to work on that.
Because I'd love to see that. Any new products, how to use the products, that kind of stuff would be great. Now, you're also set up in between the shop and the classroom. We can pick up catalogs there. Talk to you guys up there.
Yeah, we've got catalogs, sale flyers. I've got a couple of my employees here to help answer any questions. So yeah, come on up and come see us, guys.
Because one thing we love about catalogs over looking at the internet is it's tangible. You can do it when you're having your cup of coffee. You get to find out new products, new ideas, new. Actually, a lot of measuring stuff, tooling. What other kind of stuff do you have?
Yeah, so we've got everything from A to Z, abrasives, cutting tools, machinery. We've got bandsaws, bandsaw blades, really anything that you would use in your home shop environments. And we're also, thanks to this event, we're an American Rotary distributor too. So we love selling their product. It is the best phase converter out there. I know they're also a sponsor, but they're just great people too.
Excellent. Jeff, I want to say thank you for sponsoring the Summer Bash. Let's give this guy a round of applause.
Thanks, guys.
All right, you guys, get back to the party. Tom, you want to come over here? Let's have a conversation. Now, how many of you know who Tom Lipton is? I think, Tom, you were probably one of the first YouTubers I signed up with. Mr. Pete Beam, definitely the first one. And I think through him I found you. Now, you did us a nice little competition. Hold on. Did I lose a microphone? Well, I'm not going to hold it for you. It just doesn't look right. Give it. Hello. There we go. So, Tom, I want you to explain your competition that you set up and also the methodology that you have for setting this up.
Yeah, so one of the things that I do in my real job is we hire mechanical technicians and machinists and other technical folks. So we're always looking for good ways to evaluate these people kind of quickly, right? Because we can't put them to work and watch them work, and that's usually the best, right? So what we want to do is interview them and have a kind of a quick process for sorting folks, right? And so this is kind of a fallout of that a little bit. And what we did was I had some pins, and the pins vary in diameter by 1/1000th of an inch, and I had a pile of them, and none of them are the same. And we used this kind of old school tool. This is kind of like Grandpa's calipers here, right? And this is how they used to measure measure diameters on the lathes. They would fish them with a pair of calipers, compare it to a scale, or use a telescoping gauge between the points, and then and a micrometer, et cetera, right?
But some of us still do that.
Oh, okay, Gramps. Yeah. So what it is, though, is it's interesting because it relies on your sense of feel, right, to differentiate between the different diameters that we have here, right? Now, Stan said, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And so I came up with this idea, right? And I played around with myself, and I go, "Oh, that's challenging, right?" Well, I was amazed how fast some of these guys were able to do this, and I couldn't do it that fast. So what was interesting is I saw many methodologies that actually worked and that were extremely fast. So it was pretty impressive. I learned something, which is always the best, right? If you try something and then you learn something else from it, right? And we came up, we got a first place and a second place.
But also what was exciting, you did head-to-head competition. You set up
right.
2 of these.
That's true. We did head-to-head on this one. So
a little more stress.
A little more stress instead of timing it and then weighing the time versus the accuracy, which gets complicated. We just went head-to-head, so we identified clear advancement from that. So it was heat races, and we ended up at the end, and Peter Francisco won again. This guy's a ringer. Watch out for him. He won last year too. I don't know what's going on here. And but anyway, he did great, and he was super fast.
So he was number 1?
He was number 1, and then we had Steven Michalski, and he got second place, and there's some prizes for both of you. Okay.
So why don't you guys come on up here?
Yeah, if you want to come up, we'll introduce you, and then we can go up and look at prizes, and you can meet the sponsor.
Jeff, you were sponsoring?
Yep, All Industrial gave the first place prize, which, come on down here. Yeah, come on down here. So, All Industrial, thanks, give him the mic. This is a sponsor of the Bash here for, 3 years now, right? Something
Yeah,
like that?
3 years.
3 years. Thank you very much, Jeff. And what we got is we have, I don't know where the thing is. Stan must have it hidden somewhere. We have a shopping spree with All Industrial for $500, okay? That's first place for Peter, so everybody give him a round of applause. And then we have Steven here, and he got second place, and we have some prizes up in near the lathe up there from Noga and Edge Performance and some of our other our sponsors and Small Tools and some nice stuff. So we'll go up and take a look at that. So anyway, thanks for playing. Good job.
But before we let you guys go, I got a question. So what is it you do for a living?
I'm a manufacturing engineer.
So, how do I want to say this? So how come you are so darn good?
Well, that's a different question. That's because I'm vegan.
What?
All right, there we go.
You got paid by a vegan
to win.
Oh my God. Okay.
So Steve, tell me, it's all about eating meat.
That's
Tell
right.
me about that.
That's right.
So how did you?
I would say, me being an electrical engineer going against a manufacturing engineer, that's
number 1.
going after a manufacturing engineer, I'm an electrical engineer. I did pretty darn good coming off on that.
It was pretty fierce. So now Steven had an interesting technique. So he would do a rough sort, and I was watching you. Okay, so I get paid to watch people, by the way. So he did a rough sort, and then he did a skim. He did this really fast skim, and then he would reorder them, and then he would skim again. It was kind of interesting. But he made it into the final round with that technique. It was
So what
pretty
are the 2 speeds? What were the time?
Oh, we didn't time it.
It was just
So it was
whoever
whoever
was the
finished first
fastest.
and got it correct.
All right.
Yeah, so we didn't do any timing. So
You guys,
congratulations, gentlemen. Good job.
Congratulations, and you go
thanks
up.
to All Industrial for the shopping spree. This is pretty awesome.
Thank you.
And you probably rode your bike, right? Your vegan bicycle.
Vegan
No,
powered bicycle.
it's funny because I remember last year he won a bunch of stuff and it was like really heavy stuff, and he strapped it onto his bike and he 22 miles or something. Is that how far you went?
10 something.
Yeah, 10 miles on his bicycle with a whole bunch of machinist hardware on it.
You know,
Yeah, no, it was a belt, exactly, right? It's like belt sander and some other stuff. It was pretty great. So,
Congratulations,
anyway, thanks,
guys.
guys, and let's go up and look at the goodies there.
all right. So Steve makes these boring bars are also available for sale, and I'm sure they're on your website. Is that right?
Not on the website, but we have a booth.
So you have a booth up there, Solid Rock.
Yeah, Solid Rock Machine Shop. My two daughters are up there in the Solid Rock store. And so we have a number of them for sale right now. This is the first event that we came to sell. We sold a few of them before here. But these are unique boring bars. Just because you have a pocket on this end and a pocket on that end. A lot of times when you're using a boring bar, you're coming into a hole in the inside diameter. If your Z is not set right, if you hit real hard, you'll rip that pocket out. And it'll be damaged. And if it's the only boring bar you got a hot job to get out. Well, with this boring bar, you just flip it around, put your insert in that side, and away you go again.
I think that's the first boring bar I've seen with two sides to it.
I've never seen anybody that had these. This is something I developed probably 30 years ago and sold locally. A lot of people loved them in the trade that I've been in.
Okay.
That's the only bars they wanted. So I just thought as I'm training my children to trade, this would be a good project. We made a fixture that you can see some of our YouTube videos on how we go about making these. And we have Eric Roger from Grimlock Company on Instagram. He did the laser etching of Solid Rock Machine Shop for us over here. Did a
very cool,
awesome job on it. So we have them in a 3/8 and then we have them in a 1/2 inch bar, and that's the two sizes that we have now. And we'll be offering some more bars, different sizes in the future. The 3/8 bar, we're going to give away 4 sets of these.
So you're going to give a 1/2 inch?
A 1/2 inch and a 3/8. We got 4 sets. But we had a small problem when we changed our taper end mill, and I didn't catch it. It wasn't cutting enough on the pocket, the 11 degree, so the insert wasn't setting at the bottom properly. So we got a gift certificate over here, and so whoever wins these, I will take these home and I will hard mill these pockets. That will be better than what we intended.
Excellent.
And then I can get them out hopefully within 2 weeks back to you.
Okay, and these are actually made of A2 steel, you told me.
It's tool steel. It's air hardening tool steel. It's heat treated to a Rockwell 4850, so there's a toughness in there, but yet it gives on the pocket, the carbide that hits the pocket, you're going to have good wear on and everything. So they perform really nice. On a steel bar, if you've not used boring bars, the steel bar, the general rule is that you can stick your bar out 4 times the diameter. So if you got a 1/2 inch boring bar, you should have a 2 inch stick out. The 3/8 bar, you can get away with an 1.5 inch stick out on general machining before you start getting harmonic problems and chatter. So carbide bars, the general rule, you'd have about 8 times. So these are steel bars. And one of the other items that we'll be making here in the near future, this is the only one right now that's finished. It's a low profile Sine plate. We have Bar Z Summer Bash, laser etch on the one side, and we have Solid Rock Machine Shop. This is the only one like this. The only boring bars that have our logo and name on one side and Bar Z Summer Bash is these bars that are given away right here. So, but this is a nice little unit.
5 inch or 100 mil or 5 inch?
What's that?
What's the length of it?
It's a 4-inch center to center. I made these so that you can use dowel pins. They're just a thumb press fit in there. So if you wanted to use it as just a sign bar rather than a plate, you can use it that way. You can use it in other fixturing. There's a lot of things that you can do with that. And I've had a number of people that have seen our Instagram or YouTube, and they said, hey, can we get one? And so when we get back, I'm going to try to get a cost figured out where we do a batch of 20 of them. I got 10 people interested in them. But the material that this is made of is a CPM1V. It's an extremely expensive steel. But the steel that this is, it gives you the strength of about S7, which is one of the toughest steels on the market. And it's got the wear factor of just about D2. So you got wear and strength in that steel, and that's one reason why it costs so much. So the ones we make in the future, I may make them out of a DC53. They have the strength of 01, the wear resistant to D2. but because it's an air hardening steel, there'll probably be a little more stability, so I'm still kicking around ideas for that. So this tool right here, the best I can measure it, everything is within 1/10,000th of an inch. So it's a very high precision. A lot of hours went in that. It's a special tool. I told Stan I was having a hard time giving that away, and he said he was going to have a hard time giving it away as well. So I hope it goes to a good home.
So now you have a video on making that.
I have a 7-part video on making one similar to this. This one is a little bit different. I made a prototype out of 01, and I gave that to one of our promising machinists at the full-time job I work at. And then I decided to make them out of CPM 1V. I had some stock at the house, make them out of that, and then change design just a little bit on there to improve a little bit. So.
Now you can see by the way Steve talks, his videos are very informative, very detailing. He talks on a level that is well above mine, I must say. And it's great because I love, I watch YouTube a lot for entertainment, but I really watch it for the education. So I encourage all of you actually right now to just open up your phones, go to your YouTube, and look for Solid Rock Machine Shop. That is the name of the YouTube.
Yes.
And also your son's business because he actually ons it.
My son Adam over here
There he is,
filming.
Adam.
He owns Solid Rock Machine Shop. I'm the hired help.
And the brains behind and your daughters are here
And
also
my
that are
daughters
part
are up.
of it.
My daughters are up in the tin over there. They're by the booth selling the Boeing bar, and so they're learning the trade. They wanted to learn how to make this stuff, and so. I know when training, I don't like production work. You make, the kids are doing their second set of 200 bars now.
Incredible.
And for me, if I make more than 2, I call it production and I hate it. But when it comes to training, they can develop their skills and hone their skills by doing it over and over and over. So it's really nice when you have production type tool to really develop these skills, and they're doing an awesome job.
Good.
And if you do any training, I can see it with my kids. I gotta work with each one individually because they all learn in a different way. For me, it's just exciting to see when it clicks with them. They all of a sudden comprehend, and they go to town. My son Jeremiah, the next oldest one, he's got to be hands-on. You got to hold his hand and walk him through a little bit. And once he gets it, he's just like, get on my way, Dad. Leave me at it. And,
Perfect. Well, what do you say? Let's find out who wins one. The first one up is
Razor Ray.
It's Joe. What is
when I can't read it, I pass it off on to Jennifer.
Okay. And then what are we going? The boring bars first, or
Joe or Doozy?
Joe or Doozy? Nor Doozy. I hope you're here. You are. Did you see? You're going to love these things.
Well, you got a 3/8 inch, and you got one of their certificates, right? If you want to bring that up to my daughter, and then what you can do, if you give this boring bar, she'll get your address, and then what we'll do is we'll fix that pocket up. I'll try to get it out within 2 weeks, and we'll ship it to you, and it'll be perfect.
Congratulations. Let's pull another name. Oh, you guys, it's getting tiring, isn't it? Let's go. We're going to move it on. Here we go.
Can I first?
Well, okay.
One other thing, these are dual pockets, and so you don't want to load and insert in each pocket. You want it in just the pocket you're using. So if you've got a Loris tool holder and this part is sticking out the back end, there's some sharp edges, and you can cut your hand on it. So we've got these cap plugs that you can go on the end, and that way if you got tooling or something, you hit the pocket, it'll protect the pocket, but more importantly, it'll protect your hand. So definitely use that for safety.
Very good. I've never seen that either. That's very cool. So let's find out who wins the next set. Oh, we just got a number here, and it's a hard one to read. You want to give it a try?
That looks like a 542848.
Will.
What it looks like, dude?
Okay, we're going to read the number on the front side. So we're going to go 542850. 542850. Let's go on to the next one. So let's put a. We're going to hand that card. Hand it to Jennifer, and she will work with it.
Yeah, that's a set, the 3/8 inch.
Okay, so the next one up is Kevin Reese. 447. Kevin Reese, are you here, buddy? He left? We'll get it shipped out to him.
Can we get a certificate for each of these?
Yes. And you guys are going to have to watch this video to find out about the certificate. Okay, we've got 2 more to go. You want to read this one?
B. Chambers.
B. Chambers, are you here? There she is. We'll take it over to her. Check her number. She looks a little shifty.
You know me too well.
I do. All right, we've got 1 more set of boring bars. Who wants a set? There we go. That's some energy.
Okay, this is Peter 481.
Peter 481, we got it. Are you serious? Woo, the vegan. What's the name of your channel? Vegan Machinist?
Greens and Machines.
Greens? Are you serious? That's excellent.
What's the number?
Okay, so
Repeat the number.
Oh, actually, that was Stan. He had his sit in there thing. I'll make Stan another set. So we got 5. I'll make him another set.
okay, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Peter, you're fine.
Okay, we've got this very special sign bar. Now, Steve, I want to ask you, do you really want to get rid of it? This is your last chance.
I tell you what, this first time I've been to this event, I got an opportunity to meet a lot of the viewers and subscribers, and I just wanted whatever I can contribute just to help out. It's been a real pleasure. We met a lot of people, and it's just been a joy for me and the family to be down here and meet a lot of you guys.
All right, let's pull a number. I'm going to reach a little further in here, stir him up a little bit. Oh my gosh, where is he?
321.
Razor Ray, where are you, buddy? Razor Ray! Yes! And his dog. All right, congratulations. All right, let's give it up for Razor. And also, let's give it up for Steve. Check out his YouTube channel and go up and see his table up there and his lovely daughters. Chris, what are you doing down here again?
I got some more stuff.
Are we just going to toss them? And